Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Gina. Well, I'm going to be starting a new journal. Last week I made this journal. I think it was last week or the week before. I'm not sure. Uh, anyway, I made this for Dephemerember. But I was just watching a couple nights ago the latest videos by Luise Heinzl and Barbara at 49 Dragonflies regarding Dephemerember and their little creature that they made and stuff. And I don't know if this is really going to work because I don't know, I think it might be a little too frilly and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to make another journal just so I'm ready. And if, this one works, I'll use it. And if not, I'll use it for other stuff because I will use this journal. So I'm going to make another one. I just want to be ready. So I got me a box. First I thought I will use my Tim Holtz fabric. I don't have a lot, but I have some. But when I got it out, it was only 12 inches square. That was my biggest piece. But I have this fabric that I got at my little local thrift store several months ago, and I've been saving it. And I think it is perfect. It is beautiful, and I got it because it reminded me a lot of Tim Holtz stuff. And so I'm going to use that. And then I have this. This is a scrap of a, I don't know which side's right, this side. This is a scrap of a Chanel bedspread. It had these stains everywhere on it. And so I wasn't sure if I was going to like that. So this side just has the regular stains that were on it. And this side I did more tea staining. So when we get into it, we'll see. Do I want this side or do I want that side? I tried to make a spray. I sprayed here, and I sprayed here, and I sprayed here and here real heavy, but they all just went together because I tried to make it so I had a real heavy stain, like whatever happened here and here. That didn't work. So we'll see when I get into making the inside cover. But I thought this would be really neat to have on the inside. So that is going to be my inside. Never seen that done. Not saying it hasn't been done, but I hope it looks okay. That's why I'm saying I've never seen it done, because I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know if it's going to come out okay. Now I wanted a trim going around the edge, and I could not find what I wanted. I wanted a dark. You know what? There's one box I didn't look through. Let me pull that. Just a second. We're not going to look. I just thought of a box that I didn't. Well, two boxes. Let's look through these two real quick. I forgot about these two. Oh, they're mainly new, but that doesn't mean they won't have. I was looking through my boxes of old stuff, but that doesn't mean that just because it's new. Look at this, I was dragging this eyelet along. Let's look real quick and make sure. We gotta get this eyelet out of the way. It's I must have a ton of it in here. Yes, I'm unfolding it. Okay. Let's see. See, I was looking for something crocheted that was really dark. And I found one that was perfect, and I had about that much of it. Oh. Man, if I had more of this. And it wasn't a new one. It was one that I had got at Hobby Lobby at one point in time. But it looked really old, and it was perfect. Nothing in that one. I don't think I want eyelet. Oh, that one was about it. I'm just going to turn around and set it on the floor. Let's see about this one. Let's see that. See, that would be really good if it was darker. Let's hold it up on the edge and let's see what we think. Now that is really pretty. I'm going to set that off to the side here, because I'll have to see if I have enough on there. I may not have enough on there. Let's see what else is in here. That's perfect color. Once again. It's so flimsy. I want something that's not quite so flimsy. I don't know. I think it's going to be this one. But this really matches well, and it's really funky. See, it goes really, really well. I really think I like that. So we'll get into it and we'll see. So that's what I have. So the first thing we need to do is cut down my box. I have this box. Let me get my trimmer. Oh, I forgot I put my trimmer right here below me. Turn around to get it and I couldn't find it. So let's cut down the top and the bottom. This is my trimmer that, you know, it does great until you get about down here to 10 1/2, and sometimes it won't trim. But we'll see what happens today. So far, so good. I meant to ask my husband if he could get that working for me, but I didn't do it. Okay, so now I want to cut this side that has the seam right there. I'm going to use these scissors. And I don't have to be careful about it because you're going to throw that away. Now, I want my book to be, where's my measurement here? 9 1/2 by 6 3/4. So, a little rough. I'm going to cut a little bit off at each end, because you know how the ends get a little roughed up. Okay, now I'm going to cut this down to, what did I say? 9 3/4. And then I want each side to be 6 3/4. And I'll cut this. Whoa, gee, what am I doing here? I want this right here to be at 6 3/4. This is the seam of the box, and we put it at 6 3/4 up here. This is where I made my mistake on my last one, and I ended up with like wonky. It wasn't even. I kept thinking about what did I do, and then I knew exactly what I did. So now we take this side and we put this seam at 6 3/4 up here. And we cut that. And now this should be equal. To do this. It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. Alright. Yay. That was a lot easier than last time I did this. But last time I was trying to remember what was I doing. Couldn't remember what to do. Okay, I can put my little note. Okay. I had to go to the store and get some batting because I used all my batting up last time, which was pretty good because I bought that batting at least 5 or 6 years ago, and I just did use it all up. So, but it was a big roll. I got there and I thought I was going to have to buy a big package because where I live, I have a itty bitty bitty bitty. Walmart that I shop at. And I didn't think they were going to have it by the yard, but I did find it. I was like, thank goodness, because I did not want to buy it today by the big package. We're having fun this weekend, and I didn't want to spend all my money there on a big package. But I got to buy it by the yard, which saved me quite a bit of money. And look, I got plenty. Like, I'm going to be using this for a while. I was like, yes. I want money for this weekend. This weekend is county-wide yard sales here. And you know, I might find some great stuff for junk journaling. I mean, come on. This is going to be a lot easier if I just mark this, isn't it? Let me just put a few little marks along the way. I don't like to heavily mark it because it shows through. Okay, that'll work. Pull this off. It doesn't have to be precise. But we don't have a super Walmart here. We just have a little bitty Walmart. And so we have very little fabrics. Very little. And there was only about another half a yard on the bulb. I thought, oh my goodness, is there going to be enough for me to get any? There was. I was glad. One of these days I'll go in and I'll buy that package, but today was not the day. Or maybe I'll be able to go to Joann's when it's on sale. Okay, so now we are going to glue this onto here. And this side, well, it doesn't matter, I'm going to cut those little dots off. So, I'm using my Fabri-Tac or Beacon, whatever my Beacon is. And yep, you can see. So I just start and put some on and don't try to do it all because it'll dry before I get that done for sure. So I just put a little bit on here. Smooth it out so I don't have any lumpy bumpies from my glue because they will show through. This fabric that I'm using is kind of like a canvas, so it won't show through as much as, especially that last fabric I used. But you know, if you've got a thin cotton, it'll really show through. I just like having a little bit of batting on there. It's not very thick at all, so it doesn't add like a huge chunk. Boy, when I first got there, all I could find was that old white batting that we used to have. And if you're old enough, you might remember making photo albums back in the day and using that old white batting that was thick and fluffy and annoying. I don't know how many of those I made. And you'd make the frames to go on the front, and all the eyelet and all of that stuff on it. This is like 1990s. And that was all I could find at first. I thought, I don't want this thick stuff. But then I found this. One time, this lady paid me to cut apart her wedding dress and make an album like that out of it. And I've always wondered if anybody in that family regrets her making that decision to make that album. Because you know it's probably falling apart by now, all the hot glue and all that white batting and stuff. Because the hot glue only lasts for so long. I mean, I did the best I could at the time, but I have not seen any of those albums that last forever. Mine are doing okay. I mean, maybe it's not falling apart, but I don't know. The ones I made myself are okay, I guess, but still, I still just wonder if her family is like, why did Mom cut up her wedding dress for this album? It was a beautiful dress. It was absolutely gorgeous. And it was old, you know, like 1940s or 50s or somewhere in there, and it was gorgeous. It kind of broke my heart to cut it up, but that's what she wanted. She was paying me. I didn't even set a price. She set the price, and she paid me well. She was one of my mom's customers. And she approached me about it. I didn't. She saw one I made in my mom's shop. She came up with the idea. Okay. I'd come in there with my crafts and show them to my mom, and then sometimes the customers would see them and want me to make them stuff, and I was always like, really? Because I never was thinking, oh, my stuff's that good, you know. I was just doing it because I love to do stuff, you know. I've always had to be doing some kind of craft, especially when I had little kids at home. I had to do something. Keep my mind going. I'd do it while they were napping. That was my thing. While they were napping when they were little, I would put on a Lifetime movie. There was always a 1 o'clock Lifetime movie. And I'd make something. Well, I had to scrub the floor first. I was picky. I had to scrub the floor and vacuum my dining room. Because our dining room had carpet and I hated it. And that was, our kitchen wasn't an eating kitchen. The kitchen bar was in the dining room too, so it had carpet under it. So I always had to, I'd vacuum, and then I would scrub the floor, and then I would put on that movie. But I usually had that done before they went down for their 1 o'clock nap. But I was stickler about that 1 o'clock nap. And as they got older, 1 o'clock meant you go in your room and you play quietly. And they did. It's quiet time now. So there's a little about me. They were good kids. I'm loving these new fabric scissors. They work. Except I keep bouncing over. still thinking about how I'm putting that Chanel on the inside, though. I'm gonna cross that bridge when I get to it. Do you guys start projects like that? Well, I'll figure it out when I get there. I'll save that because that might be good for a tag. This piece right here, not this one. The rest of that is trash. Alright, now for this. I really love this piece of fabric here. I should have ironed it though. Does this sound any better? No. Should have ironed it. I gotta make sure I don't get the salvage in to it here. Okay. So, I think I will take a pencil, trace around. Work. Yeah, I can see it. It's real light, but I don't need it to be dark at all. I just kind of need to see where I want to cut. See that one? That one. It's hard to see. There, I can see it well enough. Okay. I do have my scissors, so there. So I want to go right here, I think, and we'll see if it will tear. And I was afraid it wouldn't because of the type of material it is. I'm going to go just a little bit further and see. Oh, there it goes. Where's my line in? I hope it's tearing straight. Where's my line? I don't know where my line is. There it is, right there. Okay. Now, let's set this back here. And here is our piece of fabric. It doesn't look too bad. Okay. So now, this will go on here. So we need to glue this on here. Excuse me just a moment. Sorry, I've got the sniffles. I just think this is going to be so pretty. Now, I think I want to scoot this over a little bit this way so I get some of this butterfly on the front. And I'm going to take this glass mat off. I like to have it for protection, but it's kind of driving me insane making everything so uneven. Okay, so if I put that there, I've got the butterfly. I think I'll scoot it up a little bit. Yeah, I like that. And I've got this butterfly back here. I've got this. I definitely need this to bring in this color here. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have that color. And then I've got a little bit of it on this corner down here. Do I need to zoom you out a little bit? I do. You don't have a full view, do you? There you go. Okay. Yeah, so I need a little bit down here for that color, and then these have a little bit of that color in them too. So I don't have this one at all on here, but that's okay. I can't have all of it. Book's not big enough to have everything. I don't want it that big. Okay, I think that this will work. So I guess I will fold this over and start the gluing again. Oops, I gotta clean my tip off. Probably ought to just bring my towel up here so I can, because it gets the stuff off the batting, I about said matting, in it. And then it gets real goopy. Now this layer is when I gotta be real careful and get all those lumps out of my glue. And it feels really good. It doesn't feel lumpy to me. So that's good. Okay. And you know something I forgot to do before I did this was fold this up for that batting. So I'm going to do that before I get to the putting the fabric there. Okay. Just didn't get any in there. It is coming out so lumpy. It's not coming out in a string of glue like I want it to. It's just coming out in little lumps. Oh, come on, glue. Okay. A little bit right there. Oh, that feels lumpy right there. How much bigger one is. There it is. I probably just got right in your face there. Sorry. This is like one for cakes, you know, get them out of the mixer. My daughter gave this to me a few years ago. She says, "Here, Mom, this is for your KitchenAid." And I said, "Oh, thank you." But now she does vinyl and stuff. She's like, "Oh, I need to get me another one of those, don't I?" Yep. I knew what it was for when you gave it to me. It wasn't for my KitchenAid. I don't use my KitchenAid enough to do it for that. Especially nowadays. I don't ever bake anything. Rubber spatula will do that just fine. Oh, I have another story about my ancestry. You know, I got my DNA done, and so I've been playing on there. And if you watch, you know that I'm adopted, right? So I had a really interesting thing happen today. I've only been able to trace on my maternal side because I have no idea who my father is. I only know who my mother is because I met her, and I haven't been able to figure out anything on paternal side, right? So, on Ancestry.com, it has your DNA matches, right? So if you have a tree made, a linked tree, if you look in your DNA matches, it will say, like, so-and-so is on your DNA match, and it will show if you have any linked common ancestors. So today I was just sitting there looking through paternal DNA matches, but it shouldn't say any common ancestors because I don't have a paternal tree made, because I don't have a clue who that is, right? So I'm searching along, looking, just trying to see if I can figure anything out, and all of a sudden it says common ancestors. Like, common ancestors? Well, that doesn't make any sense. So I click on it and I look at it. And I'm not kidding you. I kid you not. The common ancestor was my adopted dad. My adopted dad's 5th great grandfather is the common ancestor. Like, this person that is my common ancestor, my adopted dad's 5th great grandfather is their 5th great grandfather. And I found about 4 people that have a common ancestor, not that same person, but his relatives are their relatives. Is that wild? Isn't that wild? I was like, that is so crazy. And we live, where I live now, where we're from now, is nowhere near where I came from. Nowhere near where I came from. Because my adopted mom was married to a minister, and they were at their church that they were ministering at, which was a long ways from here. So it's not like we all live in the same area. Okay, I'm trying to find my little tool that I put on the corners here. Oh, here it is. It's right in front of my face. It was clear. I couldn't see it. But I thought that was so wild. And I did not get this over very far on this side. I'm going to have to... But I was just sitting there like, are you kidding me? That's kind of funny. But I'm having a blast with this whole DNA thing. It's kind of fun. And doing my tree. It's been fun. Because I never thought I could do it. I'm finding knights and pilgrims and people like that. It's been fun. Quakers and all this stuff. Okay, so what that was is you just set it on the edge of your book like that, and then you trace it, and then you cut it, and that gives you the good angle for your book. For cutting it, and then it will be able to fold in easier. I'm going to cut this side off, so I'm not going to get that cut. But I made a big boo-boo the other day, and I was talking to my daughter, and I accidentally deleted the whole thing. And I had to start over. So now I'm working on it. Because I noticed that it had my mom's sister as my mom. I was like, that's not right. So I deleted her, and it deleted the whole darn thing. Oops. Oops, oops. Okay. Okay, first thing I want to do is make sure, yeah, that's bending okay. That is pretty. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, let's get this all, use this to bend it all up. I will put, wait, I need to cut that in the center there to make it fold right. No, I don't think so. I think it's going to fold just fine. That needs glue better right there. So now, put glue there, put glue here. I like to take this and do this. It's up nice and tight. There we go. How's it look on this side? Looks good. Bends good. All right, now we'll do this side. On this side, I need to cut down some. Plug in my glue gun because I will probably use it for the trim. Okay. So now we put a little bit of glue right in here. Bend this, take this up like this. And then do the same thing over here. Put that up like that. Okay, put some glue. Oh, I got string. Some glue in here. And some glue on here. And bring this up. Some under here. Probably some under there too. Okay, now this side. stick. I don't know why it's not wanting to stick. Okay. Okay, there is the front of the cover. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, now, before I put the trim on, I want to try to figure out how I'm going to do this. I'll probably cut it with those, my pinking shears, so that it won't fray anymore. And then I guess I will just cut it down to size and glue it in there. How's that sound? And it's not going to be perfect, right? So, let's see. Okay, right here, I will cut it. Is that enough? Over, yeah. Because I want to cut these edges with the pinking shears too, so I want to make sure I have enough to do that with. Okay. Let's move that out of the way for now. And let's cut. Where'd my cut go? I don't know where my cut is. Okay. Let's do it this way. Oopsie, oopsie. Let's do it this way. What's under there? Something is under there. Oh, I got this pulled out. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. And I think I can kind of follow the lines of this to make this a straight cut. Okay, got that. Now, how to do that on this side, I don't know. Just a second. Dee-dum-dee-dum-dee-dum. Let's see. what feels kind of straight. Put that there. But if I mark a line, well, I could cut right on the line, can't I? Or cut right to the other side of the line is what I can do. That's what I'll do. Okay. So what I'll do is cut on this side of the line. It's not going to be perfect by any means. But that's the best way I could think of. Okay. Now let's figure out this side. So if it's going to be on here like this, then I need to cut on this line. This line right here. Oh, please be the right line. Okay. Did I even? Yeah, I picked up the right stuff. Okay. Now, that's a little bit shorter than I wanted, but it'll work. Okay, now I need to cut. Ew, it's a lot shorter. It'll be okay though, because the butterflies are showing on the sides, so it'll be fine. Which means I want to cut. Let's see, this side has better lines to go by, I think. Okay. I thought wrong. But I could cut on this line, and I think it'll be right. Yeah, I'm going to cut on this line right here. Cut right here. Totally remembering that I have a whole other piece I can use if this just messed it all up. Okay. But I think that's okay. Now, let's see about the trim though. How am I going to put the trim on? Where's the end of this trim? This trim has a funny smell. You know, some trims, what they're made of, they have like this funny smell. It's like the material that they're... So, I kind of think it needs to go on the outside. Let's see how it's made. Because I think if I try to put that under it, it's going to make this all bumpy lumpy. So I kind of think I'm going to have to put that on the outside of it. I think. And of course we'll start in the bottom seam and go around. How is that going to look from the outside? Ooh, I like it. This is how it will look. Let's put it along here. That's how it will look from the outside. And I like that a lot. I think that looks cool. Okay, so I guess we glue down this stuff next. I have to be very careful about not moving it, keeping it even. As I go, which means I think I'm going to get a clip. There we go. What on earth? Oh, it's my glass mat. Okay, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. All right, let's start gluing. I guess I start from this side and then I'll take those clips off and do that, right? Okay, I gotta see where, I can't just start from the edge, can I? Okay, I'm gonna start right there. Like my very precise. I think I'll go below that and then I will come back and fill that in. Those edges in. Instead of having glue where I don't want it. My bottle is less than half full now and it's hard to squeeze. It started very full. I was thinking, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I don't go through that beacon glue like I used to. But now I know why. Because I wasn't making very many journals like I used to. This isn't as easy to spread out on this chenille. Did your grandparents have a chenille bedspread? Oh, look at that. It's like spreading weird. Oh. My grandma had one. And I was a picker. And I would pick at it. And I picked that thing about bald. She'd put me to sleep, put me to bed, and I'd pick at it. Hers was a lot like this. It was just a plain cream colored one. It didn't have any special design. And I'd just pick at that thing. I was always a picker at things. Okay. I will put these down here. This is getting really hard to Squeeze. I got all my papers tea dyed. Finished them this morning. I'm just doing a plain old tea dye like I did the last one. No lacy fancy stuff. All of my plastic lace stuff is in a tote that I really can't reach. And so I'm just not worrying about it. I really can't get to it. And I don't really have anybody that can get to it for me now, so I'm just not going to worry about it. We're just not going to be concerned with it. Maybe I'll find some plastic tablecloth or something this weekend at yard sales. Oh, I got that over too far. Put this down and get that cleaned up before it's too late. Get those out of there. Oh look, this is too far over compared to the other side. It like stretched or something. Because I sure didn't have that much when we started this. I'm going to have to cut that. I didn't know it would stretch like that. Did you guys know it would stretch like that? I'm going to have to cut it down. I did not know it would stretch. That's okay. That works good. Okay. I'll just do that so it doesn't stretch on me again. And I gotta come along and glue the edges down. All kind of okay, I like that. What do you guys think? There's the inside. I like that a lot. It's flimsier than, but the cereal box wasn't, I was kind of not real happy with the cereal box, but it's what I had. We don't buy a lot of cereal. Okay, so now, let's see about this. You know, I was worried about the edges, and I'm going to cover the edges up. So go around the edge like this. Yeah, that'll turn the corner just right. Okay, let's give it a try. What can I do but run the whole thing right at the very end, right? Okay. Now, I probably better get my glue gun, or my glue sticks, in case I need them. And I'm going to start down here. This is the bottom. Yeah, I like to start at the bottom. You know, is that going to make it hard to... No. I'm not going to put very much down at a time, because, you know, you don't want it to dry on you. Glue stick, not through yet. This will last through the whole thing before I have to recharge it again. I haven't ever, that's hot. I haven't ever tested it for this long to see how long the charge lasts. Let's get this unraveled a little bit. Glue strings everywhere. To get it twisted. It's all twisted around and it's hard to do. Really glue. I have loved this glue stick, or this glue gun. It's kind of looking like a placemat right now, isn't it? For a second while I get it ready to go around another corner here. Oops, I didn't get it over the glue. Oh man, messed that one up. There, I've got it. last corner. Ooh. Okay, now cut right there. Oops, I don't have it where I thought I did. Kind of right in the middle there. Trying to get the string separated. There we go. Okay. There we go. That should match up pretty good. Yep. All right. So, oops, that's not glued down right there. So then it's just going to kind of overlap a wee bit. There we go. All right. So we got the first part of this journal done. There it is. What do you all think? What do you think? Now my idea was if you've seen Luise or Barbara's videos, Luise created a little mascot, and my idea was to print him. I've got some no, I put it away, some fabric I was going to print him on and put him right here, but my printer was refusing to work. So if I can get him printed, he's going to go right down here, but my printer refused to work this evening. So if I can get him to print, I'm going to print him on that fabric and put him right here. I think he'd be real cute there. I don't know what he is. He's a little creature. Put him here. I thought he'd be cute. So if not, I just won't have him there, and I may put like a doily or something on here. I don't know. I may just leave it. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And the next time we'll put the pages in and sew it together. Well, you have a blessed day. I'll hold it up closer for you. And then here is the Chanel, the inside. Thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye.